From Provo, Utah, this is the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast with your hosts, Joseph DeGolier and Caleb Schweiss. This is Ultima Final Fantasy.
Welcome to another episode of Ultima Final Fantasy, the ultimate Final Fantasy podcast. I'm your host, Caleb.
And I'm your other host, Joe.
And today we're going to be talking about the big chunk of news that hit right after we did our episode last week. We had to record early for some plans that we had on Saturday for Joe, and yeah, we just missed it. It's just happened a couple times.
It was kind of a hectic week last week, and then there was tons of Final Fantasy news, and I felt bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, shouldn't feel too bad. Life has to come first.
It's okay. This is a special episode. I know that there's a new trailer for FF7, and I know that someone said it was going to be episodic, but I have not. Because of this episode, I have not looked at a single thing.
Oh, wow. Dang, I'm going to have to show you.
I saw that people were posting shit. I didn't read any article. I did not watch any trailer.
Dang.
So this shall be the full reaction, automatic reaction of mine for all of this news.
Oh, dang, that's awesome. I guess I'll have to show you how it is.
Yeah, you're going to have to show me how it is, Schweiss.
Show you the
You know where you can show me how it is? You could probably show me how it is at youtube.com/Ultimate Final Fantasy. Twitter, you can tweet Caleb / the show. Really, though, I see it too. At UFF Podcast. You can tweet me at Joseph DeGolier. That's DEGOLYER if you so desire. You can go to facebook.com/Ultima Final Fantasy. Patreon. Support us on Patreon. $1 a month gives you the episodes early, so just search Ultima Final Fantasy at Patreon. And twitch.tv, where you can see our episodes live, usually Saturday morning, sometimes a Thursday.
It depends.
If Joe has finals, / other things during the week. And you can also watch Caleb play the games, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Join me.
Yeah, and also join our forums, ultimafinalfantasy.com.
So where are you in 14? Speaking of Final Fantasy.
I do want to talk about 14. We finished 1.0 or 2.0. We didn't finish 1.0.
No, we didn't.
Not really. We did watch all the cutscenes for 1.0.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we finished 2.0, and we're going to go all the way to 2.55. So what that means is that we're going to have the first two parts of our Final Fantasy XIV review starting next week.
Ooh.
Yes. And by the way, if you've been playing along with us in 14, I'm going to be sending out an email today in which you can sign up. Because there were so many people playing with us, we have 2 recording days. One we're going to be recording on, is it the 16th?
It's this next Saturday.
Yeah, it's next Saturday.
So 19th.
The 19th, okay. So December 19th, you can record an episode with us.
And then whenever we finish Up to Heaven's Word, you can record an episode.
And we're planning tentatively January 2nd being the other recording day for Final Fantasy XIV stuff. So if you've been playing along with us, you 8 people out there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, first of all, and second of all, you will be receiving an email. Some of us have played, some have played with us more than others, and we're going to be sending that out to people who played with us the most.
Right, yeah, the ones who have been there.
Just because there's been, quite a bit of people.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. A lot bigger crowd showed up for that than 11 for sure, so.
Yeah.
So,
FF14 2.0, wow, done.
Yeah, how did you feel about we can't really go into detail, but did you feel like it ended in a good place? For a while I was like,
I guess it ended.
I had forgotten that they patched it, that like the patch is the extra stuff afterwards, and I was like, after I beat the bosses in that final dungeon, I was just, what is there to do after this? I'm like, what's the game? And then it was over. I was like, oh, that was the game. That explains it. I guess the rest is some other conflict, but
yeah.
It was cool.
It was kind of I don't know. It's one of those game stories where it's like flat, and then it spikes.
So it's like 12?
Yeah. I don't really have places to compare it to, but...
Yeah. I don't know. Well, it wasn't really... It was even less story than 12 in the beginning, though.
So that's where we are in 14. I wasn't able to play 14 that much this week, though. Just because finals, this week especially, were killing me. I got one more paper to write, and a movie file to export, and a photography exhibit to go to.
I just got a math test. Well, 2.
I'm done.
I was supposed to take 1, but I didn't feel like it this week. So.
I had to cancel Star Wars because of my photography final.
Dang. Wait, cancel Star Wars. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the day I was going to go for free through my insurance company.
Oh, wow.
I had to cancel it. I couldn't go.
Wait, but that's next week.
I couldn't go. My photography teacher was putting it on the day that Star Wars came out, and I had tickets for the next day.
Oh, and then they switched
And he moved it over to the next day.
Oh, that's bold.
So, like, everybody else was able, like, oh, yay, now I can go to Star Wars. And I'm like, oh, fuck you guys.
Ah, the one guy who plans gets punished.
God damn.
That's shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've been just doing the quests in that second part. I think I'm like 24, 25 in. So I'm getting a little bit ahead, but it's not bad. And then in the meantime, just kind of letting you catch up a little bit. I've been, like I said last week, just leveling up.
Time next week.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's been a while since I've had plenty of time.
Well, that's problematic for me because then you're going to be ahead of me because I don't have quite as much time. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
When does your class stuff end?
Next week, I have all week to take the final, and then the Monday after.
So... you could legitimately just take it Monday, can you?
No, I need to take one of the exams that I've been putting off, and then I can.
So you got 2 exams to take.
Yeah. So I mean, I could take one of them Monday, and then the other one like Wednesday, and I could be done. But it's really I don't have to show up for class, so I do have more time technically because I don't need to wake up at 6 a.m. anymore, which is it's gonna be beautiful. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I've just been leveling up my conjurer lately. Kind of want to get a white mage just because.
The fuck?
It's you know.
You gotta get you off the MMO. You're gonna become addicted.
Just in case we need another white mage, one who uses cleric stance and switches it up.
I do use cleric stance.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't ever see you switch though.
Not in those really tough dungeons. No, you haven't seen me.
You just chill on the heel.
Yeah, it's because you need me on the heel.
Well, I don't anymore.
It's all the tank's fault.
I don't anymore, but because I have a cure 1.
Okay.
With my black mage. But yeah, I've been doing that because I want to do the daily things because it makes sense to not lose that XP each day, you know? Like it's...
No, I get it.
It's huge amounts of experience. It's just a quick roulette and then a dungeon roulette and then also the little quests, the daily... what the fuck are they?
The lava quests?
No, there's another thing that's... I'm drawing a blank here for some reason. The guild hest, that's what it is. There's a daily
stuff
one
I
of those.
haven't done. Okay.
You can do a daily roulette for those as well. Once you get to a certain point in them, or finish them, I'm not sure which, but... So I've been doing those every day just to not lose free XP, and I got tired of waiting around in my DPS classes. I'm like, hey, screw this. I'm going to switch over to Conjurer, and then just like, instantly queues. But it'd be faster if I was a tank, but I really don't want a tank because I don't want to be responsible for leading everybody into the dungeons. I'm just like, I don't know some of the late game ones, so I just don't want to mess with that. But.
Yeah, you don't want to be responsible? See, that's how I felt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's why I'm black mage. I am the least responsible. I just need to do a lot of damage.
That's true. You are the least responsible as a black mage, aren't you?
Yeah, I just
need
to
sit back, you do damage.
I do a lot of damage, admittedly. It's a ton, but I don't have to worry about anybody else, really, about myself. So it's pretty nice. That's kind of why I did it. Plus the mass damage. So
yeah, I have to sit back and complain about the tank not aggroing everything.
Yeah, it's frustrating because, I don't know, sometimes, even when I was doing Conjurer, I'd attack the thing that's closest with, like, the arrow attack, just to kind of weaken everything a little bit, give it the damage over time. But he doesn't pull everybody. So I'll hit each of them with the arrow, and then 2 of them will come over to me, and he's just sitting there, like, mindlessly farming this one guy, and I'm getting friggin' DP'd by these, flying dragonfly dudes.
You're director of photography.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I don't know, it's annoying, so I don't want to deal with that, but... Who knows?
So I kind of want to give an update on my 365 movies in 365 days.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I have like 38 movies left. just a couple weeks to watch 38 movies.
Dang.
I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. I'll be quite bluntly honest. That is just
hammer out some TV.
I can't. How is that any better?
I don't know. It isn't, but it takes
It's not
just as much time.
because I've set it so that 1 hour TV, you got to watch 2 of them in order to count for a movie. And I'm only doing that this year. Next year when I do the same challenge, I'm not going to count TV.
Okay. Well, maybe next year I'll actually do it. I was really into it for like the first day. I watched a movie, and then I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to do this.
It gets a little rough.
So how close? So you got 330-ish? You say you had 30 left?
I have 38 left.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if I'm going to make it.
That's still a lot. That's 327.
I've watched many, many awesome movies this year, though.
Yeah, any of them repeats?
A lot of movies where I was like, a couple where I watched them when I was a kid and couldn't remember them.
Oh, so you didn't count like if you would have watched...
No, I wouldn't count if I watched The Matrix or something, or Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't.
Well.
I only counted movies that I've, it was a new movie, so like a new experience for me.
If I don't count those, I didn't watch crap this year.
Yeah, I know you haven't.
So, yeah.
But my Rotten Tomatoes, there was the thing between me and Caleb Craig where he would lie about what movies he watched.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he had about 200 more movies than I have, and now I am past him.
Oh, that's good.
It took a year of watching movies solidly to do
Jeez. Yeah, no, it was annoying with
Even
him,
then,
though.
like, about half my time is TV time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know. It's not like I've really done the challenge. I've just sat on my ass a lot. Because TV shouldn't count. TV's kind of a different art form.
No, it is. It's quite different, I think.
But
relies a lot more on the writers, obviously.
It does.
But
less direction, more writing.
I don't want to go off on this, but I mean the episode of Sopranos that Steve Buscemi directed.
Yeah.
Remember that one that we watched? It just seemed like a regular episode. Like
it did.
It didn't seem like super different or like, oh man, look at that angle or anything like that. It was just Sopranos. So
yeah. We should talk about the sun getting fat, I guess.
We should. Yeah, we should let it go for this. All right, so
should we get to news?
Yeah, let's pull up some of that news.
News.
Fuck, I always lose it.
News. There we go. News. All right, so first up in news, Final Fantasy Explorers 12 Eidolions have been detailed.
Detailed, now, like painted?
Sure.
Touched up?
Yeah, touched up, I'd say.
Oh, no, they have detailed.
Now, what's interesting about this Final Fantasy Explorers thing is that they're giving it to us like it's news, but I have a feeling that it was already in the Japanese version, so why are we getting this information? Is it really news? But, I don't know about this stuff, so I'm guessing other people don't either. We got Bahamut. We got Dryad.
Ooh.
Which is a flower-like Eidolion with attacks inflicting cornucopia of status ailments.
Yeah, Dryad is like a wood person.
Okay. We got a Phoenix, of course. Diablos, of course. Shiva, Odin, Ifrit, Leviathan. Okay, what is this?
Amaterasu.
Amaterasu. An entity shrouded in mystery. 7 magic swords float ready for battle on its back. Fenrir, Ramu, and Alexander.
Sweet.
So a pretty standard fare for summons in Final Fantasy Explorers.
They got a good recipe. They figure let's keep it the way it is.
Yeah. And for you Final Fantasy XIV art fans out there, apparently there's going to be another art book available for Final Fantasy XIV. So if you want to drop way too much money on an art book, that shall be available somewhat soon. Apparently it's going to be 304 pages.
Holy shit.
Filled with nearly 1,000 pieces of artwork from patch 2.0 to 3.0. Giving players a closer look at the game's various outfits, weapons, enemies, scenery, and more.
Ooh, and more. I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
What about that realm right there?
It's not telling me when it's going to be released, though, but I'm guessing soon.
The wind-up realm minion.
A couple pieces of Final Fantasy XV news, of course, here. A new Final Fantasy XV screenshot.
Oh my god, it's like a picture of a screenshot.
It's a picture within a picture. New Final Fantasy XV screenshot that the FF15 developers tweeted out. And it's just got some dude playing the version of the game that they got there, where Noctis is standing on a dock of some kind, scratching at the back of his neck. And then the other Final Fantasy 15 developers are around, look like they're taking notes or watching someone else play a video game, which is always the funnest thing in the world.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
But what this really shows us, I think, is that, hey, like they said before, it's playable. And look, here's some guys playing it at the office.
Yeah, well, it looks more like they're letting the guy stand there and he's doing his little I'm standing still for too long motion, but
yeah, maybe.
Whatever. It looks really cool. The water looks great in that shot.
It's a great looking game so far, and I'm excited to play that one. More excited than the FF15 or the
7?
FF7 remake, by the way.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that.
Yes,
after I watch the trailer that I haven't seen.
Ooh.
Final Fantasy 15, apparently they also released a poll asking people to vote for either yellow chocobos or black chocobos. In the English language poll, the vote for yellow chocobos was 59%.
Oh.
So, while the Japanese poll was more like 78% for the yellow chocobo.
They don't like the black chocobos.
No, they don't like the black chocobo too much. So my question is, why does it have to be either black or yellow? Why can't we have a multicultural chocobo race?
I don't know. 7 did it just fine.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I had a gold, a black, a red.
Where's the purple chocobo?
Yeah. Hi.
Also, I think we might have missed this. Final Fantasy VI is being released on the PC via Steam
in 4 days, which to you guys is 2 days.
What, 2 days?
Yeah. So December 16th it'll be available, and it looks good. It's not crazy. It's not the freaking peg-legged, fat-bellied characters. That's just it looks like a better looking version of what we played.
So, yeah, if you guys haven't played Final Fantasy VI, I think now's going to be the time.
Yeah,
it'll be readily available. Steam is free, of course. The game is not, but Steam is free.
Steam's has a great interface, so I'd suggest picking it up on there.
Please go check that out. All right. So you can also now. What was the other big piece of news that we missed because 1 day later, or we did it 2 days early. That's right, and we missed out on some big news.
So the smaller of the big news is PlayStation Online, the Plus Store or whatever you call it. You can buy Final Fantasy VII on the PSN. That's what I meant. The port, of course.
I think we talked about last week, or was it the week before, when we were like, there's no release date for the FF7 port.
Yeah,
and then it was just
anything.
Suddenly, now it's here.
Well, when they did the new trailer for the 7 remake, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, this is available.
So
yeah.
Up until the 12th of December, which is that today?
Yeah, so today, if you're going to buy this thing, it's only $10.
If you're watching this on Twitch, it's $10.87.
Yeah, I'd pick it up.
But the regular price for the game is going to be $15.99. And by the way, it does come with a nice little background, which I have not seen yet, by the way.
Oh, you haven't looked at it?
No, I haven't even looked at the background for the...
Oh, okay, so it's basically... It's just Midgar, and then when you move around, as you probably heard earlier, you get the little menu moving noise in 7. Yeah. Boop, boop. And then when you select, it does a little...
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then it's got Aerith's theme playing in the background.
Okay.
And when you back out, it does the little back out sound too, the little... or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really loved it for the theme itself. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
You know, because you guys were talking about the theme, and although I haven't actually seen the theme at work, I guess I heard it, but I was doing other things. I have been tempted to buy the game just because of the theme.
Yeah.
Because right now I have the Destiny theme and the Advanced Warfare theme, and both of them are annoying.
Yeah. This one's not too annoying. I mean, I thought I'd get kind of tired of the noises and shit, but I haven't so far, so.
All right.
And then also, speaking of the 7 port, it's coming. It has the same cheats that you had on Steam. So you can do the, ×3 speed, infinite HP, MP.
Oh, wow.
No encounter mode, that's right.
And
how
they
do you
don't do no encounter mode?
I have no idea. Well, you'd probably have to do that one and HP and MP.
And the cheats don't disable trophies.
Which is madness. Very insane. But yeah, you get it's going to be an easy platinum if you keep the cheats on.
Wow. And
you can turn them off and on whenever you want because they're real-time cheats. So if you just want to run through an area without getting any encounters, you can turn it on and fight the boss, do whatever.
This is a problem for me. I do love cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably play it legitimately, but
all right. Well, that's it for news besides the big piece of news.
Yeah, which is also part of the big discussion, so.
So we're going to leave the FF7 remake news to the discussion.
All right, well, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Hey, guys.
Hey, you two.
Yeah, you two people.
We got to take a quick break. I'll be back. You keep them happy.
Oh, always. Oh, let's see. What do we got? Oh, Emily and Gabranth. Sweet. Did you guys both pick up the 7 remake? Or not remake, remaster for PS4? If not, you should. It's pretty cool. One of these days, I don't know when, but I'm going to run through that game. Try to pick up the platinum. I think I'm going to do it a little differently this time, though. I know with the last time I played 7, I did all the stuff for the gold chocobo, and I got the Knights of the Round, and then I went and fought Ruby, and I beat Ruby, but Ruby gives you a gold chocobo when you beat Ruby. So if I play it without cheats this time, what I'm going to do is max out my XP. I'm going to go to the gold saucer, get all the points, the GP or whatever the hell it is, to buy the double XP materia. And then I'm going to go power grind on the little mover guys. Or no, not the mover guys, the magic pots. And get 3 characters up to 99, get Omni Slash, and then just go fight Ruby, kill Ruby, get the gold chocobo from that, then get Knights of the Round. And do it that way instead of doing all the gold chocobo quest line, because it's like another 8 or 10 hours that doesn't really need to happen, because I should be able to take Ruby on at that point in the game anyway. So I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how much time I can shave off of Final Fantasy VII with the remaster on PS4. And I don't think I'll use cheats on it, or else it doesn't matter. It's not like I'm creating a new record for myself if I cheat the whole way, but I don't know. You don't have a PS4? Come on. Actually, I think I remember you telling me that, though, as you're playing 14 on PC. But oh, shoot, we gotta talk about the TeamSpeak. You guys should get up in that if you're playing 14 on PC. You got that TeamSpeak channel up. Yeah, I know how that goes. I'm gonna be in that same boat here soon. But currently it's just straight poor. So there's the TeamSpeak channel info. And yeah, so use that, and we're going to try to get more people on there. People that want to play 14 with some voice chat, people that want to catch up on 11 so that they can play that with us. It's a great place for that. And we'll talk about it on the actual episode as well. Let's make sure everybody knows what's up. Hey, we got to mention the TS channel. Forgot about that.
Should we just put that in the little paper up there?
The info for it? I've got it up here. But we probably ought to drop it every time so that we can get people to actually use the damn thing since we paid money for it.
Yeah. Do you have a pen?
No, I don't know.
We'll do it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep that tab up.
All right. It is time.
It is time. Hey, there are people up there. That's nice.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah. You know, around holiday season, it always gets a little rough.
Well, that's true.
With the audience.
People ain't got time for us.
They're busy. Okay.
All right, so...
All right, hold on before we press play.
Oh.
Sorry to cut you off. Now, remember our FF7 remake episode before, in which I was very cautious about this FF7 remake, and I still am.
All right.
Based upon the other trailer. I'm just saying, just be ready for disappointment.
On your end.
And you know what? If you believe it's going to suck beforehand, there might be a chance that when it comes out, you'll be happy. Like, you'll be happy with the product. You'll be kind of surprised.
There is a chance of that. I mean, although there's also a chance of having a negative image of it and then it carrying over once you play the final product. So
my whole thing is just don't touch it. Like, remaster it, but don't mess with it.
Well, let's see. With that in mind, let's see how this goes. Are you ready for this?
I'm not ready for this trailer. But
all right. So before, I guess we can put it on for like 5 more seconds. So the Final Fantasy VII remake, the initial episode we kind of had some predictions as to what was going to happen. There were some people on the forums that were saying stuff like, "Oh, I think it'd be awesome if they kept the same battle system," and I always was saying, like, that's not going to happen.
They're going to make it into an action battle system, aren't they? Well, yeah. I guess we're going to see the trailer. I haven't seen this.
I mean, I can't imagine 7's battle system now. Anyway, I mean, it's great, but I can't imagine them putting it in a game, so I theorized certain things, and, you know, I'll go over that once we watch this trailer, but...
Okay.
Forum member, I wish you were right, but let's see.
Thanks for taking that away.
I still don't see why we brought a Shinra soldier along.
Jesus.
No way he'd throw all that away for us. What's his name, anyway?
Cloud Strife.
Claudio.
And he says it's former soldier. Look, heavy security like this, you want a professional.
I gotta work on that lip sync a little bit more.
Yeah. Just a little.
I'm sure they will.
We're paying you more than a few gil. You best be worth it.
Look, I don't care about your politics.
Wait, just wait.
Looks like FF15 right now.
Music's legit, though.
Yeah, it is.
You're doing this for the planet.
Hey, look, it's Caleb.
Not interested.
Joe!
I'm coming, dude.
Get back here!
Yep. Friggin' called it. Just like 15. Still got the same menu bar.
Hold on, I'm still watching this shit. Bullshit.
Okay, let's move.
I don't know. But sorry, my phone's ringing. It's annoying. Jeez, Louise, Timo, call me later.
So, I basically, I don't know, I kind of figured it was going to be like 15. And it looks a lot like 15 right there.
With the crawling through the little thing, it reminded me of the cave in 15.
Yeah.
And then the battle system looks a hell of a lot like 15's battle system. My concern with this is that we had a battle system in Final Fantasy VII, and although there could be tweaks to it, the game was successful. We have no idea how 15 is going to turn out for the populace. And they're saying, let's make it play like 15.
Yeah.
Does that bug you at all? It bugs me.
I don't know. I can't, like I said before, I can't really see them coming out with a battle system that's the same as 7's ever again. I mean, it's kind of old. It's not what everyone wants nowadays. They're kind of westernizing it a bit with the 15. But at the same time,
wait,
it's
what
like,
do Final Fantasy fans want? It's not about what everyone wants. I realize that the average Call of Duty player is not going to want it. But what is the Final Fantasy fan who is going to go buy this thing? What do they want?
I don't know. I don't care. I don't think they do either. It's like they want to move on. That's
Okay.
Final Fantasy's thing. I mean, 14
Well, if
isn't,
we were all about moving on, we wouldn't be wanting a Final Fantasy VII remake.
14 isn't anything like 7's battle system, but that's accepted.
True.
It's a lot faster. It's more active. There's no, cut to the fights.
I couldn't imagine 14 as a single player, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. But this game, 7's remake, it looks a lot like Crisis Core as well. That's kind of how it plays. I hope to God they don't have some cheesy little intro thing before every fight. That would be just atrocious to me. Knock off like half a star immediately. First fight I get into. But I don't know. I think it looks really good. I mean, graphically, the Barrett's voice is kind of iffy.
Barrett's voice is not Mr. T, and so thus is wrong.
Yeah, it's not right.
My apologies to the Avenged Sevenfold, or not Avenged Sevenfold, the Advent Children voice actors, the Avenged Sevenfold voice actors.
Yeah. That'd be a weird Mr. T.
My apologies to them, but, I think Mr. T is the only voice for Barrett.
Yeah.
It is the only one.
I agree. I mean, the Cloud guy sounds fine.
The Cloud guy is the Cloud guy, and we're used to the Cloud guy because he's been the Cloud guy in every single video, Kingdom Hearts game, and Advent Children clip. So, that is the Cloud that we're used to. So that's fine. I'm sure they're going to tweak kind of how the voices fit with the image a little bit more.
I would hope so, yeah.
It looks like a Godzilla movie right now.
It's way off.
Yeah. So,
All right.
I don't know.
Still in the same boat as you were before.
Yeah.
Well,
and it looks like a PS3 game. It doesn't look like a PS4 game right
yeah, it doesn't look that good. I mean, the detail on the characters looks...
excuse me. Just the cutscenes, they look a little low.
Oh, okay. The actual game looks really good.
The gameplay, it does look amazing.
Yeah, like Cloud right here, that's way over PS3. Yeah. But you're right. The cutscenes are one thing that Final Fantasy is, famous for, having just a beyond. But then
again, Final Fantasy remakes are not famous for that.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Well, what about this piece of news involving the 7 remake? What if instead of it being just the same game, hyper realistic, what if they did an episodic style release where they release it in multiple discs
discs?
Oh yes, multiple discs, multiple Blu-rays.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Do we need this?
Well, what they're planning on doing is creating the world. They're bringing back the world of Final Fantasy VII, but you can explore every bit of it. There's no area you can't go into, kind of a thing. You can go through all the streets, all the detail, and it's all super high-end graphics. And that's why they announced that the game will be released in multiple parts.
Wait, okay, now you're saying discs.
Yeah, I would assume discs.
Do they say disc there?
They say multiple parts, which implies...
multiple parts implies DLC.
Perhaps.
I don't think that implies discs.
You don't think they'd come out with...
I think that 100% implies DLC. It means that you buy... It means that it's Final Fantasy IV after years on the Wii. you're gonna buy it in episodes if what you're telling me is correct.
Well, let's see what they say here. This is
Okay, all right.
this is a question from to Katase. He
Okay.
said the Final Fantasy VII Remake is a multi-part series. Please tell us more about this decision. And he says the idea that a remake of Final Fantasy VII would not fit into a single release was there from the very beginning. We still can't share more info about this in its multiple parts, but please look forward to the future announcements. And Nomura says if we dedicated our time to a single release, parts of it would be condensed, so to speak. We'd have to cut some parts, and additional parts would come in few. So rather than remake the game as a full volume, we decided to do multiple parts. And in the trailer, we saw the Sector 1 and Sector 8. But in those areas alone, they're saying you can see a lot of density.
So they want the game to be huge.
They want it to be massive, yeah. So it can't
I
fit
get
on one
that.
thing.
Hold on.
That's the
here.
idea. Holding on.
Okay. Now, there's no way to know what they mean 100% by all of this. But this is what I'm reading between the lines, and we're going to see if I'm right in the next coming year or so. Okay? The game's going to come out as a DLC, and the first part of the game is going to be the Midgar part. And it will have a lot of areas to explore in the Midgar area. But you will not be able to leave the Midgar area because the game would be too dense on that one release.
Okay.
Okay? And then you move on to the next section of the game, it'd be the same way. So, by opening up the game, if it's because the game is too massive to put on one release, then I would assume that they have to make it very linear, yet very open at the same time. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be just Midgar though. That'd be really shitty. That's the part of the game that's not that great.
Well, they said, multiple parts. So.
Yeah, but Midgar's not a third of the game.
And it's multiple parts because it's so dense of a game,
Yeah, I guess Midgar is a big place. You could make it a large chunk of the game. I think what'll happen is they'll come out with
I don't think it's going to be like the old days where they have a disc where you can explore everything, but yet only a small section of the story is able to be explored. I don't think it can be that way just based upon what they're saying.
Well, no, I don't think it'll be a disc thing. I think what'll happen is they'll release the first chunk, and you'll be able to buy it, and then the rest will be the DLC. Which, I don't know.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Well, I mean, you can't... It's been a money grab the whole time. That's the whole reason why they're doing it.
I know that's why they're doing it. That's why I've had a problem with this the whole time.
If it was about the fans, they would have done it years ago when they released the PS3 thing. So I don't know. And I'll still play it, and I'll still probably try to dominate the whole thing. But I don't know, man. And
I'm not sure about that episodic thing. Makes me really worried.
Yeah, it makes you worried about how much it's going to cost?
It makes me more worried than the gameplay.
Yeah?
The gameplay could be fun. So that's the thing. Like, it could be great. I like FF15's battle system so far. And I'm sure it'll get more, streamlined as we go along, and Final Fantasy VII's will have its own sort of way of doing that. However, the episodic thing, that's a cash grab.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's what Nomura said about it.
It's no way it's going to be like... It's no way it's going to be one $60 purchase.
And then the rest,
the rest is free.
So Nomura said this: if he was trying to fit everything into one installment, they'd have to cut various parts, like I said earlier. And he doesn't want to do that. He wants the exploration of Midgar to be top-notch, and he wants to keep, I don't know, the aspects of the original will be cut for various reasons, but the overall amount of content they're saying is going to increase, which... I don't know. And they haven't really released a schedule either, but I mean, it's going to be a multi-part series, and it will be released on multiple consoles. So I'm assuming the Xbox One, the PS4.
Know what? It could be also for this reason. I'm not sure if I really believe their reasons.
Yeah?
Yeah, it could. Well, first of all, it is, number one, a cash grab. They're going to make more money doing it in parts than they are with a single release.
Okay.
Second reason is they have the hype behind them, and in 3 years from now, they could not necessarily have that hype anymore. Sorry, I have something in my throat.
Oh, so you're saying in regards to that, they want to release the first part to regain some
They
of the...
release the first part earlier, and then they give themselves time to develop the second part and the third part.
Yeah. I don't know.
That could be another thing.
Well, if it's going to be a longer game, I mean, for me, it took 70 hours to do everything in 7 the first time around.
And then this is a way of seeing whether or not they can do this with Final Fantasy 16 or 17.
Yeah, you think so with the multi-part thing?
Yeah, with the episodic, the DLC thing that they're totally going to do. It's not going to be multiple discs.
Yeah, no, I don't think it'll be multiple discs.
It's going to be DLC.
You're right, yeah. There'll be an initial release of the disc, and then they'll have DLC, I'm sure. And then maybe like a complete edition that's ridiculously overpriced.
Yeah, after like 2 years.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I pretty much feel the same way as I did before about it. I mean, I'm still going to play it, and it looks good, and it's probably going to be a lot of fun. I mean, obviously, it looks really similar to 15 or Crisis Core, or, I mean, Kingdom Hearts, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. But, I don't know. I don't want to spend a whole ton of money on a remake of a game that I've already played. So hopefully they don't go full hog on it's like 5 parts for, first one's $60 or $80 for the collector edition, and then the rest is like a $30 DLC each time. But
Yeah.
I'll still do it. It's just, why? Why do you have to do it this way?
Yeah, I don't know if I'll do that for the show.
Yeah, you don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
You bastard.
If they only release like the Midgar section first off, which I'm guessing is where the cutoff would be for the first part.
The first part would suck then.
I would not play one part, move on to another Final Fantasy game, and then return to the second part of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Each DLC costing $30 or whatever. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm into that. In fact, I know I'm not into that at all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure how the Walking Dead games go. I think they might release them kind of like that with the episodes, but I'm not sure. I've gotten full season on every one of those games I bought, so maybe they do something similar, but I know it's not very expensive.
I'm sure when they're done with all their stuff, they'll have a package deal.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm saying when the game is first released...
Oh, yeah, we can't play it if it's not there.
I'm not going to touch a game that's not complete.
Yeah. I mean, I probably still will, but we won't review it because it's not done.
Yeah.
We can't review a game until it is complete. I mean...
Yeah. That pisses me off, actually. That just... DLC is already something that pisses me off. Like, why don't you just fucking put it in the game?
Well, I mean, it depends. Like with the new Star Wars game.
The concept of DLC pisses me off.
Did you ever play Battlefront 2 on PS2? Or Battlefront 1?
I rented it from Blockbuster once.
Was it awesome?
Yeah, for when I played it for 2 hours.
Oh, well, I love those games, so... And then when I looked at the, they had like space battles. They had a ton of different heroes you could play as. You had Han, Luke, Leia, Vader, all of these people, Obi-Wan. And when I look at the new game, there's no space battles, which is ridiculous to me because you have the power in the PS4 and Xbox One to have these epic space battles, but no, those are fucking gone. And then all of a sudden you only have like 6 heroes you can play as, 3 on the dark side, 3 on the light. That's fucking bullshit. I want to play Mace Windu. I want that purple lightsaber. I want to stuff it up somebody's ass, but I don't get to.
I bet you do.
And I bet you they're going to come out with a fucking DLC where I can buy like 3 more people for $10. Because that's how EA does it. So hopefully Square doesn't go full EA mode on this game and just DLC the fuck out of us.
That's concerning me, and they're doing it. They're already doing it. It's going to be episodic. That means they will have separate prices for each of the things.
Yeah, I would assume so. And then... obviously, there'll be the full game once it's completed, but who knows how many episodes they're going to do. I mean, I do like the idea.
7 episodes, just based upon how they like the number play with the Final Fantasy games. Have you noticed that? There's like 14 somethings in Final Fantasy 14, then there's the 13 days in Final Fantasy 13, then there's 15 years later in Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
They're really going all out with that shit.
Well, I mean,
so it'll be 7 episodes of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, and I do like the idea of doing a lot more in the town, though. I like the world of 7, so that part I'm totally fine with. I'm totally fine with having a shitload of content for the game. There's nothing wrong with that at all to me, but I just want to have... I just kind of want the whole game when I buy it. I mean, even if it was more money, even if they had all of them, just like the...
Is anyone pro multi-episode version of Final Fantasy VII?
I think Jake said he was fine with it. I don't think Roxo was, though. Roxo's like, no, when he asked over the stream. I don't really care. I mean, unless it's totally brutal. But I do like the idea of having a ton of stuff to do in the game because it's a fun world, and I feel like a lot of stuff in 7 it could have explored a little more, but we didn't have the technology back then. So I don't know, man. We say this now, but who knows when it comes out? And I think I'm still predicting the 2017 release just for the 20-year anniversary kind of a deal. So
it ticks me off.
Yeah. Well, do you wanna move on? Or do you need more time?
I'm not even like that optimistic anymore. Like I was optimistic before, but now I'm no longer optimistic at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was slightly optimistic before.
You're not gonna day one the thing then,
dude. I'm so much more excited for a new Final Fantasy than I am
me
for
too.
remaking a Final Fantasy game that's nearly perfect. So why have to?
Well, and then they're remaking it, and
remaking it and doing episodic bullshit.
Well, that and they talk about the first part will be, they'll be in Midgar, and there's a lot of stuff to do in Midgar, which I don't like.
I don't want to spend any more time in Midgar.
I mean, I'll do side quests, but that's not why Midgar was painful. Midgar was painful because it was this task, and then this task, and then this task, and then this task, and it's like, fuck, I just want to leave this shithole town.
Also, I'm sick of them making Final Fantasy VII into the Matrix, which... Why? What? Did you see that cutscene where he was like dodging the bullets?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There was a scene like that in 7 though, where he's like jumping around, getting shot at a bunch. It was a little more comical than it is in this. This is just like badass, but in 7 he's just like hopping around like hot potato mode. But
not a fan.
Yeah, I'll put it as a neutral, maybe a little excited, but I don't know.
Yeah, you like that episodic? They're gonna like just take their hands and dig it into your pockets to get your money.
Yeah.
Each time.
Everyone else is cool with it. They want them to take their money, so I mean, I'm letting them take money from me for 14. I don't see why not. Of course, 14.
Yeah, but 14 is complete in a way.
Well,
right?
No, it's not done. They're gonna have
you can go to 2.0 and you'll get the credits.
Yeah, you'll get the credits, but the game is not done. Oh, they're also. I was talking to Alex. He's a guy that does My Backlog Battle. They have a podcast too. Check that out. It's just My Backlog Battle podcast or something like that. I can't remember the exact name. Sorry, man. But he was talking about the 14 convention thing, and I wanted to bring this up real quick. Apparently, they're going to have another one because they come out with expansions every 18 months. So there should be another 14 convention next year, based on that, because they want to keep up with World of Warcraft. They both come out with new big add-ons every 18 months for the games. So I think we're going to be seeing another one in the next 5 or 4 months here. If we do, we should totally go again.
Oh yeah, we're going.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
Unless it's like finals week.
And this time we're not going to stay in a freaking Motel 6 or whatever the hell.
I don't mind.
Get our throats slit. I don't know. I think it'd be cool to stay in the...
It's true. I was feeling a little seedy.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, is your car okay? I guess we're walking out.
Yeah, it's up on cinder blocks. I'm like, fuck! Took my tires.
That was a good time.
No, it was a lot of fun. So yeah, we'll have to look forward to that, and I'll keep you updated, everybody, when I hear more about it. I would assume they'd have it in Vegas again, but I mean, who knows?
If you guys know about Final Fantasy XIV, I don't know why I went off on that. Final Fantasy XIV, I don't know what that was. Final Fantasy XIV fan fest. You let us know.
Yeah, if you guys hear anything before us, yeah, please do.
Yeah, you can meet us at that what was that one restaurant we went to? The British.
Oh, the pub thing?
Yeah, the pub thing. Oh, that was so good.
I can't remember what it was. Excuse me, I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Got some Guinness there.
Dude, I don't know about this Final Fantasy VII thing. I don't know. And do we have somewhere on the forums where people have put what they think?
You know what, we do.
Okay. Let's get into that. Obviously, you're gonna have to do a little bit of moving around on the forum. Gonna have to open up a new tab and find the questions area. There was a question and you clicked out of it, or I might have clicked out of it. I'm not sure. But
well, let's see.
Either way.
Oh, that one's a cool one.
Real life skills, window production on. Okay, that's the only FF7 one, I think.
There was something.
All right, I got a new question from us to you this week.
Do you?
Yeah, we'll get to it, I guess.
Oh, I think I might know what it is, actually.
Oh, you might?
I've got a pretty good idea, yeah.
Okay.
Shit,
Dude.
I don't remember if it was in quite... Hang on, let me look. Sorry, guys, this is really shitty radio, but, I mean, yeah, whatever. So my story...
Where were you in the FF7?
That's the one. That is
Okay.
the one. Okay, let's see what
This
people
is for
say.
the forum.
So Shinru, of course, is super stoked because he's the
And he loves episodic.
anti-UFF, so to speak. He says, "Where were you?"
He's not anti-UFF. He gives us all of our news.
I know.
This
No,
week
he's-
he gave us all of our news.
He's the
Thank you, Shinru.
He's the anti in opinions. He's kind of like Void.
That's true. He just comes on to
Green
argue with
mushroom
us.
guy,
There you
yeah.
go.
He kind of does sometimes. It's fun though. It's great.
Yeah.
We love it. So he says, "Where were you and what were you doing when the recent FF7 remake trailer came out?" So he's really pumped, like a Pearl Harbor / a 9/11 sort of pumped. Like, where were you when this happened?
That's not a pump thing.
No, I know it's not a pump
Do you,
thing, but
do you
people
feel like, oh yeah, September 11th?
No.
That was awesome.
No, people ask
No, it
about it all
wasn't.
the time. Like, it's one of those things where, like, oh, where were you when this happened? Like, people that are younger than me, they'll ask me. I've had, like, four or
I
five
was a
people.
kid with September 11th. We were in like 5th grade or something.
Yeah,
like
I
that,
was,
right?
yeah. And
Yeah, my dad was in the army. And so it became, hey, my dad might be going to war.
oh, yeah.
And so that was a little rough.
Yeah, I could see that. But, yeah, no, it's kind of like...
In fact, on the day of September 11th, my dad, like, I was about to go to school. My dad sat me down. He's like, we've been attacked, and this might mean I have to go to war. And I was like, what?
Dang.
So, yeah, kind of a little traumatic. Now, he ended up not going to war because he became a recruiter.
Oh, that's solid.
So that was lucky for me. My friend's dad went to Iraq during that.
Yeah.
Not Iraq, but Afghanistan.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Lucky for you. It could look great for your friend, too. So he says, were you watching the PlayStation Experience event live, or did you find out later? Okay, we found out later. Joe found out today. What was our initial reaction to the trailer? I think it looks great.
It looks
The gameplay looks
good.
fun. The Barrett voice is kind of stupid. They kind of work on the...
The cutscenes I don't think look that great.
Yeah.
I think animated wise they look great, but like
graphical quality, yeah.
it's not. The graphics kind of look like they haven't really improved that much since the last generation of gameplay. But that's a minor thing, honestly. The thing is the voice acting just doesn't fit the scenery, and that's usual.
Yeah, I mean, well, with Barrett it doesn't. I think the others were fine.
Yeah.
But bonus question, he says, how big will the crowd for the FF7 remake be on launch day compared to 15, in our opinion? I think it'll probably be smaller.
I do think it'll be smaller than
It might not be
15's.
much smaller, but it will... I can't imagine it being bigger. I don't know. All right, let's see what Itch Schnitzel
I think it
said.
would have been bigger if, like, on the day that they announced the game, it was like, in 1 month, the Final Fantasy VII remake will come out.
Oh, that would have been
And then, like,
massive.
everybody would, like, run to it. But as we get further away from that initial announcement, hype goes down just a little bit. Now, I know hype is at a peak right now.
Yeah, it is.
But it's just how things are. I'm way more excited for 15. I'm sorry.
I'm more
Sorry,
excited
guys.
for it, too. So, Schnitzel says, well, I was just getting ready to go deep-sea diving near Japan when out of nowhere a shark bit his oxygen tank, puncturing a hole in it and sending him flying out of the water. Fortunately, I had seen Martian and was inspired enough to direct my propulsion towards the boat.
Wow.
I went crashing through the deck into the steerage, as it were, and just caught a glimpse through the window of the beast that nearly killed me. I decided that deep-sea diving wasn't for me, and I drove my boat back towards the Japanese islands.
Wow.
Later that day, I decided I should take up inner-city skydiving. I had just jumped out of a plane just above Tokyo when I realized that the parachute I grabbed was the kid size. Well, this led to that, and before I knew it, I was at the PlayStation Experience, hearing the Square Enix peeps talk about how FF7 Remake is now episodic. And that completely ruined my day. That was good.
I don't know where I was because I didn't see it immediately. I'm very unexcited about the battle system because it looks just like FF15. Seriously, we're getting FF15, Kingdom Hearts 3, and FF7 Remake, and they all appear to play almost the same.
That's true. Yeah.
But I wasn't too excited anyway. And then they say it's going to be released in episodes, and I've pretty much given up hope that this is going to be anything close to what I wanted. I think the crowds will be bigger for this, even though we're apparently not even getting the whole game.
Well, M. Bastion says he was at home watching the trailer. He wasn't really impressed. Fruff says, I was just at home doing some chores, really did not expect them to release gameplay footage so quickly, so he wasn't really paying attention. And then he saw a story on IGN that said that the port was released, and he was pumped. So he read the story at the bottom, and it said that this is the PS4 port that is available today, not the full remake. Gameplay for the remake was shown today, and I was like, what? Gameplay? And then he watched the trailer 55 times.
Wow.
So he's pumped. Joe's not. I'm neutral. And Bastion's not. Schnitzel is really not. And Shinra's really excited, yeah.
So.
Well, he's the positive peep
He's always positive.
out of the group, yeah.
I guess that's good. I wish we had a third host sometimes that completely disagreed with us.
I don't know. Well, I mean, how would they completely disagree with me?
I don't know. They'd be like, yes, episodes. It'll be just like Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I go, I don't like to watch Game of Thrones week to week. I like to watch it in one big chunk.
That's true, yeah. That would be a good counter to that, so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I'm depressed.
Yeah.
This is the most depressing episode we've ever had.
Sure it's not the energy drink here?
Besides the other FF7 remake episode we've had, I think this may be the most depressing.
Yeah, you were more depressed last time?
No, I'm more
okay.
I'm more depressed this time.
Oh, okay. Well,
I was cautiously optimistic last time.
Well, do you want to answer some questions? Maybe
I was playing devil's advocate more than like being like super hateful.
Wait, last
time?
Oh.
So slightly, those are all real feelings, just a little bit more oomph to them.
I see, yeah.
But now it's really...
Yeah, I'm definitely more excited for 15, but...
Yeah. How about we take all the shit that Square Enix is doing on all these other little side things, we just put them into the main big series. In like one group that works on making new content.
Yeah.
That's like completely original.
Well, I do want to... I kind of want to have remastered versions of...
Remastered.
Yeah, remastered versions of all of them.
Remastered.
I want to get trophies in my Final Fantasy games. That's really what it comes down to. I want accomplishment. I want a virtual physical entity showing that, hey, you're good at this. Good job. Here you go.
Aww.
Here's a little noise. I think it'd be cool. But yeah, and I don't know about the total remakes, but we'll find out later.
We will.
Yeah.
We will.
Well, do you now want to see if there's some questions out there that'll maybe cheer you up a little bit? Get you out of this sad Joe phase.
Sad Joe?
Yeah, it's almost like sad Keanu. Just get like Joe on a bench. A bunch of different pictures of you, like sitting next to awesome things, but still sad. Sitting next to the new HD cloud with the little sad face on. Fuck. All right, let's check these out.
Yeah, let's go to questions.
Questions for us. We would like to hear from you. You. 2 moments. Contact us on Twitter. Get up and ask your questions. We'll answer them within a week. This is the question segment. Asking you will receive.
All right. Got a few questions here. This one's kind of disturbing.
Go on the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll wait for the second. Okay, most overhyped and underhyped game.
This one's from Itch Schnitzel. Oh, awesome. Which video game series / standalone do you think is overhyped far more than it deserves? Which video game series / standalone do you think went under the radar when it shouldn't have? Okay, so he thinks for the first part, he 100% thinks that Zelda might be the most overrated franchise in video game history. He's tempted to say Mario, but platformers aren't too terribly common, so he's kind of unique. But there just seems to be so many action / adventure games that are way better than Zelda. They're always universally acclaimed, and he cannot figure out for the life of him why. However, he does love playing Zelda in Brawl, so he'll give him that at least.
Princess Zelda or Link? I guess you can.
It's Zelda.
Okay.
Zelda's a beast in Brawl.
Okay.
She's sick, dude. Or one of her ranged attacks. I can't even touch Dylan when he uses her. If he uses her to her full extent, it's sick. I mean, I suck at fucking Brawl, but, All right, so, overrated?
Super Street Fighter 2.
Yeah?
Fuck that game. I hate it. It's slow, clunky. I guess there is a turbo version. But, yeah, I hate that game, dude.
Yeah, well, you're not really that big on fighting games, are
I
you?
am big on fighting games. I love Mortal Kombat.
Well,
That's
Mortal
what I love.
Kombat's great. It's fast.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat is fast.
And they've got fun characters.
Yeah. And their combos are more like intuitive. I
Yeah.
don't know. I really hate Super Street Fighter 2. I really hate it.
Okay.
I hate it so much. And I know everybody else is going to be like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, that.
I never really played it, so. Do you have any ones that are underhyped?
Underhyped. Diablo.
Really? Diablo's pretty big.
I know, but it needs to be bigger. Diablo 2.
Oh, it wouldn't stop them from coming out, from taking 12 years to come out with a
That's
game.
true.
though. Like, oh, it's huge now. Let's take 24 years.
Well, I just feel like console players really missed out on Diablo 2. That's
Yeah,
all.
they did.
So when I talk about great RPG games, it's like
No one's
Diablo
played it.
2 needs to be listed. And yeah, no one ever talks about it. Except PC players. They all know what's up.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a big thing.
Yeah.
All right, so for overhyped for me,
Can you overhype perfection? No.
yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of think Halo is a little overhyped now. I don't really care about it anymore. I think
I
Halo
think it's
3,
about hyped right now.
I think Halo 3 and Halo 2 and Halo were all worth everything that they were hyped up to be. They were fantastic. They were super fun. I mean, sure, the story in 2 and 3, I don't really care at all about anything. 1's was really solid, single player. 2's, I just felt like I was playing multiplayer. And then 3's kind of the same way, but
Yeah, but those campaigns were fun.
yeah, they were fun, but it wasn't like a engaging, super, oh man, the story's excellent. Like, anyone that tells me that the story in Halo was super good, I'm just like,
Then they always bring the caveat for a shooter.
that's bullshit.
In which case that they are mostly correct.
Yeah, but Bioshocks is way better, and that's a shooter.
Yeah, Bioshock was later.
Yeah, it was later, but still, I mean, you can do it. But anyway, I think Halo's kind of
I think
overhyped.
Halo versus Doom.
Yeah, that's true. Halo is way more of a story than Doom. It's just like hell on earth.
Okay, now think of all the shooters before 2001, and then think of Halo. And then you go, okay, yeah, the story was a little bit, like the world building and the story was more fleshed out.
Yeah, if you don't count any of the
how
007
important
games.
is the story? Well, even then, come on.
Legit.
How
come on.
important is the story
A midget man with a hat?
for
Come
a
on.
shooter?
It's not that important, really,
No, it's
but it is fun to have a good one. I think that's kind of overhyped. I also think Call of Duty is super overhyped. I mean, I play them, but I don't play the story necessarily. I mean, it's almost unfair to say that, though, because every time I finish one of those games, I'm like, wow, that was awesome. The ending is always amazing, just like this epic fight, this brutal killing of the main enemy, and like Modern Warfare 3. Did you ever play the Warfare series?
Which one?
2. Did you ever play 2?
Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah.
I only ever played Modern Warfare 1's campaign.
Oh, well, there's a guy, his name's like Makarov. is the
Okay, so
name.
Call of Duty 4 is the one I played.
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't know. He's like this dude that's been causing all this shit for a couple games through 2 and 3. And then the end of 3, spoiler here, you like wrap you're fighting with him on this glass roof as this dude who his whole squad got wiped out, and he puts on like this giant plate armor. He's basically invincible. Bullets don't penetrate it at all. And you just go in with this huge HMG, blasting the fuck out of everybody in the building, and then you just like fist fight this guy, and then you end up wrapping this cord around his neck, and then like breaking through the glass, and you hang him, and like your guy like lands and lives. It's like so epic. They're always awesome at the end, but they're always way overhyped and they
there
make
was
way
that
more
nuclear
money.
blast section of Call of Duty 4 that was really cool. Did you? You never played the original one, did you?
No, I didn't. I played 2.
No, I say original, but it was still the fourth.
True, yeah. So I mean,
That gets
they're-
confusing to say. The first Modern Warfare had a really good campaign.
yeah, no, they're fun, but I don't think they're as good as they as the amount of money they make. I don't know. It's just kind of they hype the shit out.
All
of
right.
it.
Now we're gonna go back a couple years, back when Halo 3 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare were really at odds with each other.
Okay.
Which one do you think is better?
Between Halo 3 and
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare 1?
Was that at the same? Modern Warfare 2 came out after, so yeah, let's go with Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, dude. Campaign's better in Modern Warfare. but I think the multiplayer might be better in Halo 3. That's really hard to say because I played a lot of Modern Warfare 2.
There's something about the physics of those first 3 Halo games that just feels right.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think a couple of those.
I know they're unrealistic, but who the fuck cares? It's a game.
Oh, so are CODs though. I mean
Well, yeah, they are too, but they're more realistic.
You'll have the
Halo.
aiming reticle. You know how like if you're holding a big gun, it'll have a huge reticle because it's like hard to hip shot a sniper. I'll be up against a wall. My gun is pressed against the wall, but the bullet will still hit randomly within the aiming reticle area. Even though I'm pushing the barrel of the gun against the fucking wall, it'll still shoot like 5 inches to the top right. So confusing as fuck, broken, but yeah, I think they're not worth the hype necessarily. And as far as underrated games, this question is like taking forever. I think
It's video games. People like it.
yeah, no, it's fun. I think I kind of want to say that Metro 2033 game. I mean, it didn't really receive
I don't know what the fuck that is.
that great of reviews. It's basically a post-apocalyptic game where you play as like a Russian dude and you're underground civilization because this mutation happened and all these creatures are like killing everybody above ground and you have to basically fight to survive. It was awesome. And the game only had it was like a 7 out of 10 on all these other sites, and I was like, why? This thing's amazing. Like, there's so many cool things in it. It's fun. It's scary. It's awesome. I thought that one was super underrated. Of course, they came out with another one later that was massively successful, and I think the first one's kind of a cult hit now. Kind of a Boondock Saints mode thing where like everyone hated it kind of in the beginning, but now it's like, oh man, this game's really good.
Yeah, this game's worth it.
Sort of a thing. I think that
let
one's
me
probably-
let me backtrack on my Diablo 2 comment. I think
right.
Diablo 2 is perfectly hyped for those who have played it. Now, for those there's a lot of people who haven't played it that I know, and maybe that's why I feel that it's underhyped. But a game that I really do feel is under deserving or that needs more praise, that had a lot of backlash just because it wasn't like the previous games in its series, but yet is a really good game by itself, is Doom 3.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that. Like, it doesn't feel like Doom 1 or 2, and I understand why it would be a disappointment to the Doom players before then. And I love Doom 1 and 2, and I played many hours of Doom 1 and 2 when I was finally able to buy that game, and it actually worked on my Windows 98 PC, which, of course, my parents are always 10 years behind technology, so, like, that's what I had. Doom 3, though, I think is a really good game. It just doesn't feel like the other two Dooms.
Yeah, Doom 3 is fantastic.
So, yeah.
I kind of like it more than Doom 1 and 2. I mean,
do you?
that's blasphemous, but I'm not 40. I didn't come out when Doom was...
They feel so different that it's like hard to compare them.
Yeah, I mean,
which is
the
kind of
weapons
ridiculous because they're in the same.
There's enemies that are the same, weapons that are the same.
But like the whole thing with Doom 3, it's more... I don't know, the first 2 games, I guess, are more of an action game. I know they had horror elements in it.
Yeah.
Then the third game is really just a straight up horror game.
It's
with like
freaky, yeah.
Flashlight or gun, pick one.
Yeah, dude. And there's like, they did so many things for that game. They did like studies of like, oh, what scares people the most? And then the top things are like, all right, let's throw it in the game. You know, like you go into some random hallway. You don't even need to go there ever. And you'll just hear this whisper. Like somebody whispers some line. That's the only place it happens in the game. And I'm like, why? Why? It just freaks you out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can go with that. It looks like Krinital is saying underhyped, Killzone, overhyped, Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
I disagree, but whatever.
Overhyped Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, I don't think it's overhyped.
Yeah,
I think it's amazing.
I haven't played more than 2 seconds of that game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You should. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, if I had, so many hours.
Yeah, dude, they take a long time. All right, so let's check some other questions out here.
What's this creepy question here?
All right, this one's from Shinru. What do we think about this Jessica Nigri and her Riku costume? Yeah, easy. That is her word. All right, let's check it out. Whoa.
So it's this girl in cosplay of Riku doing different poses.
No, I think it's the same pose, different angle.
Well,
she's just kind of
in this part.
back.
There's other parts of the video. I
okay.
quickly screened about 30 seconds of it before.
Okay, let's. Oh, she's jumping.
My God.
Whoa. Are those real?
I think those are real.
I think they might be.
Oh, they're real. Just the way gravity is moving them.
Okay, so I gotta stop watching this.
Jesus.
I think
Why?
it's weird. I don't know. Cosplay's always been kind of odd for me, but I'm cool with it if other people want to do it, I guess.
I don't think the girl is that attractive. But she has enough makeup and she's wearing enough, she's wearing little enough clothing that suddenly we're all very interested in what she's doing.
Well, she's not doing much though, just hopping around and.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel a little weird watching the video. That's how I feel about it.
All right. So Jake feels that in a Mickey Mouse voice, Yeti, I'd do anything for you.
Is that a reference to some fan fiction?
I believe it is.
Okay. Super sexy swinging fan fiction, guys. Available on iTunes, hosted by Caleb here and Jake.
Yeah, it's great.
AKA the one.
AKA the one, yes.
All right, Squall Man says, straight perfection. At least she is dating a guy that looks like me. Like Squall or you behind your avatar?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm confused.
I follow her on Snapchat, and she snapped a vid of him, and I was like, what the fuck? Did I click on my story? But she is a great, huge fan of her work. Best cosplay I've ever seen. The costume's good.
Yeah, she makes Batman feel warm and fuzzy on the inside.
She's got that, what the fuck? Okay.
Oh, okay, I gotta hang on. We'll put this on the thing. This is what Gammon Stark sent us here. This little image of this dude on the beach. There you go. It's some guy in a merman.
So I think wait, scroll up. I think you got the wrong Riku at the beach. And I think it's the Riku from Kingdom Hearts and like a mermaid thing or something like that. It might be a different Riku from some other anime type thing, but that is hilarious. You guys have to, if you're listening to the show, go on discussion, like go into ultimatefinalfantasy.com, go into the forums, go to topics, and then thoughts on Jessica Nigri as the Riku cosplay, and scroll down because Gammon Stark's image is worth every second. Holy shit. Yeah, my cosplay, I don't know, cosplay is kind of weird to me, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever do it.
I enjoyed her jumping.
Yeah, I mean, who could complain about that?
Yeah.
All right, so we got a couple more here we want to get to. This one's new ranking after main series. I think we've mentioned this a little bit.
This is something that we have not actually made a full decision about.
No, it's true.
That's the problem.
All right, so this is from M. Bastion. He says, the guys, Joe and Caleb, are coming up on finishing FF14, sort of. So the last ranking until FF15 comes out. Okay, and they already stated that they would stay with their list. His question is, will the other games make your ranking after you finish each one? Since this is an FF podcast, playing all FF games and related games, would you guys put non-FF games on your ranking? An example, number 1, FF6, 2, Xenogears, 3, Chrono Trigger, 4, 7, 5, 10. It makes sense since Joe has stated that most of the other games, like Xenogears, started off as an FF, so ranking them next to the others wouldn't be out of place. Let me see. I don't know. I'm kind of in the boat of I don't want to have this 20-minute portion of the episodes where we have to go through each Final Fantasy. And, like, we have little comments on it, like, yeah, 6 was, like, really good, a little better than 10 for me, and then da-da-da-da-da.
I love that part of those
I
reviews.
like it, too, but when we're 40-plus games into this shit, I'm not going to remember how much I truly loved, the Final Fantasy IV compared to the game we just played. Unless the game we just played was total trash, then it won't matter. But what I want to do for the list, I want to have the main series Final Fantasy games. That's a list. And then I want to have the spin-off Final Fantasy games. That's a list. And then maybe include the prequels and sequels into that. But I don't even know if we need to do that.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I was thinking that at the end of each review, we would just ask the question, should it be considered canon?
Yeah?
Yeah. Is it canon or not? In other words, do we recommend that other people play it? as part of the Final Fantasy series.
So you don't even want to...
Is it a game that, a Final Fantasy player should be required to play?
Is it necessary kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. So you don't even want to do a list for a ranking for the others?
No, I don't think so. Not unless you're cool with it, and if you're cool with it, I suggest we rank all the games.
All the games combined? Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. Every Final Fantasy game.
I don't want to do that.
And then I don't think we would include games that weren't Final Fantasy.
How could we, though? How could we include things that we're going to play for the podcast but not put it on the list if everything else is on the list?
Because,
that's where you run into the problem. I think it'd be fine to have separate sections for each one, like the spin-offs, the best spin-off game, or the best sequel or prequel, or the best game that should have been a Final Fantasy that ended up not being.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe we could just do that as a segment at the very end after we're done reviewing all of those portions. I think that'd be fine. I don't know. I don't want to do a big list because that's ridiculous, and it's not even fair.
I don't think it's ridiculous.
It totally is. But that's why you want to do it. But I don't know. I'd be cool with it. But if you're only willing to do it if we have one giant list, I think I might be willing to concede. Because it is kind of comical to have this just mass
do you think Crisis
list.
Core is better than Final Fantasy II?
Well, I already know it is.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I don't know. I haven't played it.
Well, I can't go into it with that conception, of course.
Oh, you can't, no.
But it is. So don't worry about that.
This is a question we will answer in 2 months, maybe.
Yeah. So right now, I guess it's still on the fence.
Yeah.
Not really sure what we're gonna want to do.
I think that's gonna be it for questions this week.
Yeah, we got
Schweiss. We got iTunes reviews.
Oh my God, dude,
Bro,
we do. I think the no reviews thing has broken the spirit of those who have not posted a review yet.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, thank you very much, guys. We ranked higher this week than we ever have in the video game podcast.
Really?
Yeah, and I think part of that was posting reviews.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, we were number 86 in the top 200 video game podcasts on iTunes. Yeah.
That is sexy. All right, let's get into these.
We usually drop at somewhere after we release an episode, we'll be up there.
And then we drop off.
Slowly drop off.
When did you check this though?
I checked it Tuesday, I think.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, sweet. So,
yeah,
thanks, guys.
It's been a solid week. So.
I know it's been a solid week because people thought we were going to be talking about the Final Fantasy VII remake, which of course we didn't. So
yeah,
but now we're talking about it. So
yeah, we made
guys.
up for it, right?
Yeah.
Let's read some of these.
Sorry for the negativity.
Some of these reviews. Are you?
I am actually. I wish I could be more positive about it.
You fuck. iTunes reviews. iTunes reviews. Beautiful.
Very beautiful. Okay.
All right, so we have 3 reviews here from North America. These North Americans really love us.
Oh yeah. All
right, so first off, we've got. Let's read them in order. It's oldest and newest. Truly, an ultimate. Sorry, I was reading something else. Truly an ultimate podcast. 5-star review by Ophelia's Thunder. I found this podcast while looking for a review on a Final Fantasy game, and it very quickly became a part of my weekly schedule. Caleb and Joe are both hilarious and full of charisma.
Charisma!
Yes, I practice in front of my mirror every night for this.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
They stay true to themselves and have created their own Final Fantasy universe you don't want to know.
Okay.
Through their podcasts.
Actually. Yeah, take video.
You gotta get gay on me on the show, really? Through their podcasts and their website.
Well, I'm gay everywhere else for you.
Other podcast listeners can join them to deepen their love of Final Fantasy together. If you love Final Fantasy, you will love this podcast. If you don't love Final Fantasy, you will love Caleb and Joe enough to go play Final Fantasy.
Oh, thanks.
Either way, it's a win-win.
Thank you very much for the review, Ophelia's Thunder.
Very kind of you.
I really appreciate that. This is from Loopy Daba.
Ooh, that's a familiar name.
5-star review. It's the heart sign.
It's less than 3, less than 3, less than 3. I believe is what that is.
Yeah. So, in other words, he thinks we should get less than 3, but he gave us 5 stars. Right?
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh my God, it's the one guy.
This is a great review. I love Caleb Craig. The podcast is okay too.
That's awesome.
Hey, thanks for leaving that review, Caleb. I really.
Yeah.
I think it's Caleb's one fan.
Yeah, it probably is.
Okay.
No, he's got to have two unless he created a second account because he reviewed it one other time. He said more Caleb Craig. All right, so this one is titled Extremely Entertaining, a 5-star review from Dog157. I stumbled across this podcast during a very boring shift, and as soon as I started listening, the shift just flew by. I find all my opinions matching the guy's own and reminds him of old times playing all night in the lands of Final Fantasy. He's only played 6 and 7. What?
The lands of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, the great many
two
lands. But now listening to
You know what?
this,
Those are like 2 of the required ones. Just play 10 and then you'll be good, honestly.
Yeah, if you play those 3, you're pretty solid. But now listening to this, it has motivated him to purchase a PlayStation Vita and buy and play FF1 through 10. Dang, dude. Just be positive about the 7 remake. Too late. Regards from Logan, Utah. Dun dun dun.
I hope it's great. Hey, wow, Logan, Utah.
Keep up the good work.
Logan. Help
Up
me
north.
out. Oh, yeah.
It's not as far as your parents.
I was thinking
but-
Linden.
No, not that close.
Hey, my parents live in Ogden, so you're not too far.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Small world, huh?
Yeah, small world.
For this one guy, at least.
Yeah. I'm wondering if people who don't live in Utah like hear the Provo, Utah thing and like click away from our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, these guys
And
are
then
going to
the people
suck.
who do live in Utah, we do get good download amounts in Utah, like, which is odd. I think if we were in another state, we wouldn't get good downloads amount.
In Utah? Probably not, yeah.
But the fact that we are, the brethren of Provo.
Yeah. We're the voice of Final Fantasy fans in Provo, Utah.
Yep.
Actually, that's probably a fucking lie, but...
Actually, no, that's not a lie.
Yeah?
Who else is a voice of Final Fantasy
no
fans
one
in
else is
Provo?
a voice, but we're not really their voice, is what I'm saying,
Oh, okay,
because
all right.
they probably wouldn't appreciate the way we talk, at the very least. But,
All right. Let's do a question from us to you, because I got one.
all right, let's get into that.
Okay, now we are doing Final Fantasy XIV review part 1 next week. It might be part 1 and part 2. So please, if you have any questions for us regarding Final Fantasy XIV, what we felt about it, or what you felt about it, or whatever, please put that onto our forum. We have places to put that. Also, Final Fantasy XIV reviews. If you've played through the 2.0 story of Final Fantasy XIV, there is a nice thread for that in the forum as well. But
Yep.
my question for you this week, which we'll probably answer in mid-January.
Yeah, we'll be a little busy for the next little while.
My question is, how do you guys feel about the FF7 remake?
I knew it. I knew it was going to be that.
Or, the idea that it's
master.
episodic. Like, how do you feel about the original cutscenes or the new videos that have come out and, like, all this stuff? Because I feel like this conversation has been very one-sided, with the exception of some comments on YouTube of our last FF7 remake episode and stuff like that, which were like, guys, you're so negative this week.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the only voice for this, and me and Caleb have, although we're not eye to eye on this, we are similar. We have similar opinions on this. So I want to hear, if you have a contradicting opinion on this, tweet us, email us at fffanatics123@gmail.com. What else? Go to our forums, please. I want to hear what you guys feel about this FF7 remake stuff. 'Cause
Yeah, we want to know.
I don't think we're getting
Maybe-
enough voices about
Maybe
this.
shed some light on it so that we can possibly change how we feel about it. I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
it's
I'm
doable.
not sure that's going to happen, but I do want to offer a third voice on this,
Yeah,
on this show.
it's fair.
So,
All right, so
in mid-January, we'll
Yeah, we'll review this
come
later.
back to this.
All right, so before we move on to the final plugs here, I want to plug one thing. So the TeamSpeak channel, I know we were having some problems with it before. I don't know why, but it was down. Even though it wasn't actually expired, it's still like got a couple days left on it on the old one, but whatever, screw it. The new one's better. So the new TeamSpeak server address is UFF capital P capital and then Oddcast. So UFF podcast, but the first four NP, yeah, they're capitalized.
Okay.
Typefrag, it's typefrag.com, and the password for that is capital F, little O, capital UFF, and then for life is all lowercase. And that is the password. Get on there, use that for 14. You're playing on PC, use it for whatever you want. I mean, any sort of communication with other members on the forum or whatever.
Yeah, you can just play games with your friends. I don't know.
Yeah, we've got like 25 slots or something like that in there, so use that shit.
Yes, please do.
Wasn't cheap.
Prinital's alone.
Yeah, he's a lonely man on there, so keep him company.
Okay. Other than that, you can find us at youtube.com/Ultimate Final Fantasy, Twitter at UFF Podcast, and you can follow me as well at Joseph DeGolyer. That's DEGOLYER. Facebook.com/Ultimate Final Fantasy, Patreon.
We just got a new supporter.
We did get a new supporter, so thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, you can go support us for $1 a month, and that'll get you the episodes early, which is awesome. And sometimes there might be, by the way, there was one Godzilla thing on there. Now there are two. There are two Godzilla podcasts for you. They both have Obama's faces on them on the post, so if you're a Patreon supporter, you know where to go.
Yes. Look for the president.
Look for the president, and he will give you the Godzilla.
Your Gojira fix.
You can go to twitch.tv/Ultimate Final Fantasy, see us live, see Caleb play Final Fantasy XIV / the other games in the series live, and of course, UltimateFinalFantasy.com. Let's talk about Final Fantasy XIV next week, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it. But until then, you guys, join us on 14 and enjoy the grind.
This has been another production of Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast. The show was produced by Joseph DeGolyer and Caleb Schweiss, with music and editing by Joseph DeGolyer, parodies and clips from their respective authors, of course. You can get all of our episodes as well as our Let's Plays at ultimafinalfantasy.com. You can also contact us on Twitter at UFF Podcast, as well as our contact page on our website. Be sure to subscribe and review our podcast. Your reviews may get read on the show, and look forward to the next episode of Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's speak to the Twitch.
Yes.
See what y'all are talking about in here.
Hey.
What smack you talking? All right, where were we?
Super sexy is no in the building. That's what Jake says. Down. We talked about it.
Super Sexy's been in the building the whole time, Jake.
Trophies are nice unless you're the guy making the thing. Making the trophies?
I don't know. I don't imagine trophies being hard to code. I mean,
I've been looking at iTunes lately. Guess what? Guess
not there.
Okay. Do a new iTunes account.
You know, I agree, Emily. I want a 9 release on PlayStation Network as well with the trophies for PS4.
Yeah, I want that for every single Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
I want it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And you know what? If
9,
they add
10, 11.
If they added trophies to
And
them, it would be
and 13.
It would be easy to port it from the next to PS4 to PS5 kind of a thing.
Mhm.
Also, because I mean, technically the trophies I think they're the same as the Steam achievements, or if not really close.
Mhm.
So they didn't really do anything.
Does Final Fantasy 5 and 6, will they have Steam achievements, or do they?
I think they do. I think they have achievements.
We should look into that.
We
Maybe
should.
not right now.
Half-Life underrated. SF2.
Hey. Thanks, Squallman, for writing a review. Sometimes it takes a couple days. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your review, Crinitol. I'm sorry. Maybe try a new iTunes account or something like that. Look at Joe with the hip-hop snare drum doing the iTunes song. Well, thank you.
It was Joe.
You know, sometimes I'm just sitting here listening to the jingles as they go along, because we used to not do the show live, and in some ways that was better. In some ways.
Yeah, there was a lot less mess ups, kind of a thing. Like when I can't find the thing because I keep
But then again, we don't. Sometimes we'd have huge Final Fantasy talks when the microphone wasn't going on before, and we'd be like, why didn't we just record that?
True, yeah, that's one of the big reasons why we did it. Plus, it's just so much easier.
It's a looser show. I mean, we keep on top of things when we do the reviews, and that's how people find us usually, and that's what people are usually care about. And if they really want to listen to us, they can listen to us mess up all day.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah.
They got the chance.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what else we got.
Got a buddy that goes to college in Ogden. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
Weber State, I think. Is that correct? See, Logan is... What's Logan? Is that Utah State?
I think so.
Or am I getting them mixed up? Oh, something.
Saw the face.
Want to play forward to Saw the Face.
I think they might be talking about... I don't know what they... I don't know. I lost it. I thought I had it.
No one does like the no iTunes review, and I'm glad that no one likes the new iTunes review. It is the worst recorded thing I think I've ever done, and it's amazing.
Yeah, so keep the
Those
reviews
drums
coming.
were me, by the way.
Yeah,
Those drums were me.
that was Joe.
What we did was we played the original Black Sabbath song, and I was trying to keep up with it, but the Black Sabbath song, believe it or not, was not on beat the whole time. So it was me kind of like trying to keep up with them, and then when I put guitars over that, it was the guitars trying to keep up with the drums that weren't quite doing a steady beat, and so like it's a huge mess. And I'm a horrible drummer. So that was
Yeah,
all part of it.
none of us are good at drums. We all like started at the same time. And Cameron's actually okay, I think.
I've improved.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
So you're better than Cameron?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, he seemed like he was solid, but I don't know. All right, man. Well, thanks for stopping by, Crinitol.
All right, we're gonna record Getting Fat. I know we missed it last week.
Yeah, for many reasons, but yeah, I guess we'll see you guys then. Yeah, join us on 14. It's great. Get on that TeamSpeak.
Get out.
And we will see
Get
you
on it.
guys in 1 week from today for a super long episode.